My name is Kobe. This is my video game demo of Maze Bouncer. It's made with the Godot game engine and its GD script language. In this game, you're a knight that's exploring this maze, and the main feature is that you bounce constantly, which I'll show you. You can jump around. You're trying to avoid these spikes and collect each of these coins. And you go throughout all the maze trying to find the exit here. And the main twist that there's no exit. You're kind of stuck here forever. So you just bounce around. I'll go through a brief code demo walkthrough. So the main thing here is we have overall, it's about 150 lines of code, maybe 200. And this game manager just controls of things like the coins and score to add points, and I'll add a few things here in the end. And this is the overall script for the player. It determines some defaults like if you're using the slam mode, if you're playing, if you take damage. And it plays like the idle, has an idle animation that plays on startup. And this physics process just handles all the various physics. So initially it just stops, and then you can, whenever you start moving, it will start bouncing. And adds the gravity. This just allows it to constantly bounce. This handles the death. And this section here handles the direction, flips back and forth. And this actually determines which direction you'll move when you press the keys. And this code determines the slam function. You jump down really fast and then it jumps back up at a higher velocity. And then this program is the kill zone. So for the damage, for that spikes, right here, when you collide with that shape, and it deals damage to the player. And it's at 34, so essentially like 3 hits until you'd be dead, as the player has 100 hit points of health. And then once it reaches 0, slows down the game, starts a timer to then restart the game. And this is a code for colliding with the coins. So these coins, each of them, you collide with it. It actually heals the player for 2 HP up to a max of 100. And adds a point, does a pickup animation, and then the coin will actually disappear. And then this is the basic information about the character. So it can be used by both player and enemies for its movement, such as speed, jump velocity, that kind of stuff. The health, its damage output, and the level. Those will be added later on. And then there's just kind of a basic inventory that the character might use. And just jumping right in the game, basically has the background and foreground environment, the player, and then all these traps. It has these moving platforms, which we'll show, and then it has 100 of these coins. And it also has labels throughout here that just have different text. It's all for really the code demo, so I'll jump right in the game, start it here. You hear that. It's a little quiet, but the audio starts immediately. It's doing this idle. It is moving, then you just bounce. Use the arrow keys, A and D. And here where it says tap down arrow to slam, that just goes down. As you hear, jumps a little higher than normal. I think I need to decrease the volume of the game music, which I'll work on. See? And then 3 hits, damages, and then you restart. So you can come back here, collect the different coins. And I'll just kind of quickly go towards the end, just so you can see. This is kind of a little secret area here. And there I hit 3 times on there. So I'll move the character a little ahead so you can see it later. Say I was, came over here. See, there's a big treasure over here. I want to get more coins. That hit damage just barely. Just collected some coins. These platforms move. I'm already on one, so you gotta void. I remember that coin. And then here, it generates and changes the actual score as you go. The main goal is just to collect as many coins as possible. And in the future, I plan to add different enemies and other sort of hazards, things you can collect, that sort of stuff. And that these coins would have generated some health. If I come here, it healed me up to where I could essentially restart. Just move the character back to his normal spot there. And that's the game.